Monday to start, still reflecting the new moon energy to new flow, new intention to embody and acting out. So, here is a weekly reminder to think better, feel better, being better for our conscious creation. And using this card deck, Mind Body Makeover card, provided by Dr. Mona Lisa, who is a neuropsychiatrist. She shares about the healthy way of thinking and unhealthy way of thinking. So then we can scan our way of thinking, own way, and then you choose for healthier alignment using personal power to choose for bettering conscious creation. And we have a system of forgetting. Without that, we are in trouble. So idea is to reminding something that is helpful for our bettering until it becomes natural part of our beingness to think or feel. So here is to reminding. I am reminding myself. By the way, I've been using this card using this card for my own reminder for over 15 years, since 2005. Yeah. So the idea is to noticing how our way of thinking, perceiving, becoming healthier. And once become aware of it, and then we can use the power to choose. Unless otherwise, subconscious, unconscious autopilot operation is very challenging to. So, taking the time to learn and scan and to choose, that's a good exercise for mind muscle to train, to shape up and maintain for a healthy beingness. And Monday is our day to get some reminder for this week. So let's see what will come up. Those of you who are with the energy circle co-creating, join in, and perhaps check in on the Instagram post. I promise you to post the energy circle visual that I created a couple days ago. Haven't done it yet. I will this evening, hopefully, to get going. Sometimes something, it just my laziness kicks in, or procrastinating. Um, it's part of creation, or just the laziness. But yeah, I am posting that for our spring circle to see the out our intention, goals, wishes that we would like to invite into our next experience destination on Yellow Brick Road. Okay, so this is a reminder for this week. Ooh. Healing fear. Healing fear. It's the third energy center, color yellow. Isn't it so intuitive that I'm wearing the yellow? It's the third energy center, solar plexus, and color yellow. It's the to decide, power, willpower, and to choose, being responsible, confidence, ego, and self-esteem, sense of self. And the fear is one of the 5 human basic emotions, so-called the negative emotions. but it's not good or bad. It's just a negative. Uh, the five basic human emotion is love, joy. That's the positive energy. Love, joy, fear, anger, and sadness. So fear is that our mind is connecting to the future, unknown future yet. So it's fearful. Lack of having enough information on what would be like next. That fearful. Or um maybe knowing something from the past experience and wanting or whatever, and then projecting to unknown future at this moment, and then that comes as an fear. So all these emotions bring in informations. So our job is to get the information from the emotion brings, and then head out of this engaging with the emotion itself. So when we engage in that negative emotion all the time as to marinating it, and then other part of ourselves, such as an body, is really like marinated to that fearful or angry energy, that is really becoming an unhealthy component and grows. So that's what that energy is. So get the information and then thankful for that emotion is alerting it, and then to use the information and for healthy way. That's a mastery of using the energy. So the fear. Hi Mel, happy new week. So the fear in conjunction with the self is about the self-esteem and then confident and to decide, be responsible sense of self. Let's see. Unhealthy thought is I have trouble making decisions. So I must find someone strong and competent to help me. I just need to put the glasses on. And the healthy thought is sometimes I can discover more of my own intellectual gifts and talents by making a decision alone without someone else's input. Sometimes I can discover more of my own intellectual gifts and talents by making a decision alone without someone else's input. This is interesting. We just had a new moon and then used this springtime to seed out for the next season of this year 2022, and getting clear about, and then we need a village to make the things happening, the creating. So co-creations and partnership and support, ask for help, and then so forth. And then this one seems like opposite, like the power of self. Like sometimes I can discover more just thinking by myself. So it's and then the boundary comes, it sounds like a very complex way of thinking life, but the reminder that these elements are serving the purpose for each unique way of creation of our life, and by ourselves to create ideas and intellectual or creation without asking others means like a secure self trust in self to give validation of our own creation. No need to seek for others' approval. Is this okay? Is this okay? Or, how about that this to co-create? But just to surely, fully come up with own. I think that is very important. It's like a self-love, self-trust, healthy self-esteem, and then open to the co-creation. It's like a self-love first, self-affirmation first, and then at the same time, as an Libra balance, to make that own seed to blossoming. I mean, that's the goal actually. For the next step to seed it out and rooting deeply on Earth reality. Of course, we it's nice to have support. So, but this is like a fear, healthy fear. Sometimes we think about goals, imagine at the destination, and then coming back to here now to starting. Okay, so what was the seed we were gonna I was gonna put that out? Is this really resonating? Unsure about that, fear comes in, and doubt about the self ability, doubt about so, and that's kind of like unknown future. And then the self third energy center. So let's check what Dr. Mona Lisa needs to add on this. Healing fear. Healing fear. The third energy center, solar plexus. Healing fear. Page 25. This is kind of not so often popping up, this healing fear, the third energy center, I think, compared to some particular focus is frequently comes up here. And isn't I think it's a very new flow of the collective energy. Okay, so here is the healing fear. If we are obsessed with failure, then we are more likely to have problems making decisions. Our right brain's anxiety can become so intense that it's hard to hear the left brain's cool, rational logic that could lead to a balanced decision. As a result, we are more inclined to seek steady outside support, and we may never know what we are capable of doing on our own. Isn't that interesting? Indecisive people frequently suffer from panic and anxiety because they are afraid of being embarrassed or being criticized for being imperfect. Isn't this timely, by the way, for this week? In reality, there are no perfect choices in life. The world is filled with flaws and nothing can truly be perfect. Ultimately, making a balanced decision involves balancing left brain facts with right brain emotions and intuition. Then only way to unearth our gifts and talents is to learn how to master decision making opportunities and the many folks in the road of life. So I think this is very timely since we became clear about the new wishes and goals and what we like to create, and then to seed out intention and to finding that resource and steps and act out on that to work on that creation. And then the fear shows up, and that is natural because we are so wanting to create is very, if it is truly connected to the heart of the matter, the core essence is supposed to be very fragile, you know, protected. Core supposed to be protected by its nature. If it's okay to share, absolutely. And then probably we're not doing the job right. Because it's supposed to be tender and fragile, sensitive, so it need a protection, and then need a courage to make that happen. That's our job. I mean, and then to and then we want to co-create, need a support, ask for support, but to get there, we got to support our own fragile voice to make it as an seed to seed out. So the self love, confident to crafting that true voice, which is true voice. Critics hearing back of our mind, it's not gonna happen, but it's no, no, no. I'm gonna change that, and how gonna change? It's like an internal roadblocks all over. That's part of this. The fear is the in the part of package. So when the fear process shows up, you notice your response time type to this situation, and then accept as is. Okay, so it's probably fearful because it's good, because we are dealing something very important to our value, our life. So that's fine. And then noticing the emotions, and then our experience and logics and the left brain to balance out. So again, my preference is writing. Write that down to let the emotions out, all the part, intuition and emotions or information, to write that out, and then to left brain. And then my preferred way, the way that I like, is that to meditate this writing like overnight or a couple of days. So then I can give myself a space to detach, to observe with the left brain. Unless otherwise, I'm too close to my own situation. So my intuition is just too close, and it's very difficult to see, hard to see. It's so attached to it. So because of the creator. And to detach the view, to really using this information from intuition and emotion as the way that wholeheartedly bringable to earthy reality to share to the world around us is both is needed. So the detachment, bird's eye, and then really hot, fresh, true essence of the voices within, to to take a look, and then crafting what would be close, use intellect, and then from that, something to act out, ideally. Ideally, but as a human being, it's imperfect. So get the reminder. This is a great reminder. Imperfect is the right of perfect human being. So afraid of failure, or perhaps the traumatic experience from the childhood as a public humiliations, or criticized by whoever, family member, friends, or public, that needs to be healed, deserving healing, attention. And then the healing always to admit what was there, and then bring it in front, even it's hard, but no need to stay forever. And then to let go, because we want to welcome the wishes more than prisoner of the past experience. So choices us, and then we got to enough reasons for exciting to choose for the future, even there isn't a risk to involve instead of being prisoner of that. Hold on to that. But either way, awareness is the starting point. So congratulate if you become aware of that something is holding back from the past, and then now bring it into the healing, and then request the healing, because I'm taking a healing request from the circle. So if you needing any kind of healing, emotional healing, physical healing, mental healing, healing the past, and please let me know, post the comment or send me a personal message over Twitter or Instagram. So, as a healer, I do that just in case it works. And the most importantly, when you create the word and requesting, that's a huge step, because something energetically, it's gonna be out from your beingness. It's coming towards my way, but that's okay. I'm prepared for that healing. I'm giving the getting the opportunity to get healed myself as a healer. I train that way. So I am more than happy to receiving your healing as in a community. And that will help you to let that out by choosing word as a request. So please use our energy community circle as an your healing opportunity, and send me a healing request. Hi. So yeah, that's something is good start, good start, and knowing that we are so powerful and we need to heal. We got to give ourselves permission to be healed. Sometimes we just want to stay in the past without knowing what to do with it. That's choice, but if you want to create the future something different from the past, and then here we go, here's an opportunity. And join us every week to remind using your conscious power and your power, and use what you believe together to build the healthy muscle to think and feel and then create, co-create. We have our own challenges, so we work on the workout and become stronger together. So that's what reminder. Oh, thank you. Yes, so this week's reminder, I think it's always perfect after we chose what we would like to see the out, and many part are involving to bring that out to actuality, factuality, and I've been so challenged, and then finding the excellent excuses for, like, oh, the world is happening, who is doing what, and then I'm part of the world, and so no wonder that I feel bad. That's one way to choose, but that could be a wonderful excuse for me ignoring what I'm supposed to do. Um, always take us by surprises. Challenges can, yes. So the welcome to a crisis, indeed. The outer roadblocks, the gift is intuition. But we got to be really open to commit to welcoming the goals or wishes to our life. How badly we want that to come. Is that stronger than staying, repeating the same on familiar past? And perhaps that old excuses are not so much vintage value to repeating for creating the future. So we got to find the value of a vintage resource from the past and then carry on to something sparks, and then the rest maybe we want to burn out, clean up, or recycle. Maybe not too many people want that, but maybe some experiences are useful for sharing for others to um, take a look and to learn from, because we need different things at different times. So what you don't need anymore is very helpful for some people. So who knows? um Again, so this week's reminder again is healthy thought is sometimes I can discover more of my own intellectual gifts and talents by making a decision alone without someone else's input. So encourage your creativity, boost your self esteem, embrace your ability, self love, and then also at the same time of being open. Got to be strong enough to secure with the self love. Hello! Sorry, I'm so nearsighted. I can't see it. Thank you for the hearts. And the unhealthy thought is I have trouble making decisions, so I must find someone strong and competent to help me. So it's like if we all go there, but insecure about self value right after when we get damaged, for example. And is this okay? And seeking for approval, validation from others. Who has the power to give you validation? Well, if it's the work environment, for example, it's like my work. I used to work for the corporations, and my responsibility it is to find the writings, so communication writings, and the draft writer writing, and then need to give approval for that. That approval is a complete something to defining that to the final product needs many approval for. That is different. But your own creation, because you are the most knowledgeable person about you and your wishes and in your goals. Um, so that, and if you're empath, it's very important to be clear about self, and then asking for help, and then a boundary, and then empath. Is this mine or is this others? Clear energetic state is needed. My vision is really. Hi, Ash. Okay, so anyone would like to pick the personal reminder card for this week? I am more than happy to pick the card. If so, please drop the number between 1 to 10 for me. Okay. Oops. Ah, it's broken. Oh no, broken. Shoot. What happened? 7. Okay, Ash for 7. Okay, seems like a 7 seems to be the number. Oh no, it's broken. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 7. Okay, here's for Ash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is the card for you. And I'm going to share the healthy thought and then unhealthy thought. Unhealthy thought first. You're welcome. And then I go scan your energy quickly and then come up with the reminder might be helpful for you this week. Okay? So the card you picked is healthy goal. Healthy goal. The fifth energy center. Color blue is the throat chakra. Express self authentically, openly. And then the physical body is the neck, shoulders, jaw, mouth, and then around here, and then thyroid. So, unhealthy thought first is if I say something, I easily get embarrassed and I'm often misunderstood. That's unhealthy thought. The healthy thought is the only way others can get to know my true self is to talk from my heart. So let me go scan your energy, Ash. Okay. 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 Energetically, I see yourself. I see you as a very intuitive person. And then I like the way that you are very naturally, openly holding yourself. Appreciate that. Not so artificial, faking or anything. It's just very natural and and then open. So and perhaps that in conjunction with the goal, I I feel that might be good to express as an fifth energy center, expressing your needs more. Like it's very much supportive and being part of that and that awareness kind of like holiness um is sometimes it's being part of that is to making balance out of it is your goal, but I think that maybe it is more exciting to give your attention to your heart of the matter as listening to your spirit voice or your soul's urge like the ego in a healthy way. And then just a reminder that it is okay to express in it. And that is actually to give you a next level of putting yourself out. And then your nature is like a harmonious one with the world around you. So that default nature will become more like exciting, heart fulfilling, and deeper. So I would suggest you be reminding that to connect to your inner needs. It's a perfect week to do that with the new month, new season, new month started. So what you're gonna really like to get for yourself. It's not greedy, it's not selfish, it's a self-centered, and then happier. I'm sending a healing and energy and reminder for this week and then this season. Thank you for allowing. Oh, good. You're welcome. Mm, thank you for the heart. Yes, and then courage. It comes to courage as we talked about the fear, the sense of self, self esteem, self love really need to be need to be engaging, strong enough. And what I learned is that the especially spiritually open or empath people really good at making balance harmony with the world around us is really deserving more energy to connect to self, your soul's urge and inside without the selfishness idea. More self centered, self love would empower the world more in love and joy and harmony in a powerful way. So, and in order to do that, it's really crucial that we validate our value and then also open to the input from the world around. So, get to strengthen the self love, self esteem, confidence, and ego in a healthy way to make balance. So, that's what on that healthy fear. So yeah, it's all combined and mm, I didn't need to focus more on self love. Yeah, it's easy to give on like give, but we need to give ourselves first and nurture um for creation too. How important to allow our soul's urge coming into the physiological experience as long as we have the next step, you know. And yeah, that's it. Means like a follow our joy and deepening our joy. And yeah, so thank you for allowing. I like your energy, very soothing. And when you started to express your voice more to the world around you, your friends, and then they might get surprised because you show in the new you. So finding the new community would be easier. No need to cut anything. But finding some new group or to creative circle or somewhere that new friends or new to you and they don't know you much, and then it's easier for you to exercise and practice to voice out instead of like you know each other for forever so far kind of a relatedness dynamic. Okay, so here is for Mel. You're welcome. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is for Mel. Oh, it's the 5 o'clock. Okay. The card you picked, Mel, here is healthy relationship. Healthy relationship. The seventh energy center, color purple, crown chakra, divine. Well, the energy center in conjunction with the leading unhealthy thought. First, here is I am meant to be alone. Relationships usually end traumatically for me. That's unhealthy thought. The healthy thought is I lovingly release disappointment in old relationships so I can give birth to new ones. Okay, so I go scan your energy, Mel. I mean, this is like exactly, I would like you to take a screenshot shot on this one, that this would be a good affirmation itself. No word might be needing. It's like that's what I'm getting energetically. So I repeat, I lovingly release disappointment in old relationships so I can give birth to new ones. So might be a good idea to embody the ideal relationship to self first. And this reminder is the relationship of the fear, sense of self, the affirming the ideal relatedness to self, or way of creating, way of choosing, way of relating, way of connecting, responding, the ideal self. And then and then clean up the past, like letting go. I mean, focusing on letting go. Sometimes it's like keep coming back. Oh, got to let go of, let go of, let go of. List is always here, which is really want to avoid. So the focusing more on what we would like to more give, aligning to that energy is like a way of connecting, embodying that future is easier. So healing future is a lot easier than healing the past is so complex, so sometimes it's challenging, more heavier than healing the future. So I would remind you that to embodying the future is the healing the past, because here is all happening, past, present, future, all happening here now. So give a focus on the future now, so then the past is going to lose the space each and every time you embody the future now. I'm sending healing to shifting the balance and element for the future new reality you. Thank you for allowing. You're welcome. Yes, it's a very paradoxical, but indeed, the future is a lot easier to heal the past. So when we have a power and creativity or intuition to allow what would sparkle our heart, excite us openly, then use that as an reality tale to create the story. If you cannot, and fake it, like not the fairy, but it's like, the creating that possibility, probability. Wouldn't be nice if it happened in this way, this way, this way. And that's a human gift to create that story. And without judging that, judging is another critics, but to feel the feel of that excitement, lovingness, openness, if you can do that. Sometimes we go to that really challenging point that even these function of human being got shut out, so occupied with the idea what came to what we perceived, and all this heaviness from the past. So if that's the case, that exercising that to reset. There is another way to think. Reminding that, oh, there is another way. This was this was that. But there is an always other way too, also. So ask your intuition or the synchronicity, universe, hey, I'm open to learn other way, more fulfilling. So show me. That's one way to ask the help for the universe or the some person if you have that energy or resource. So just review where you are and find the easiest way to you can neutralizing that energy from the heaviness. That's a healing, and willing to do that is a wonderful point to start. um yeah, so thank you for connecting. Again, to wrap up this here, this week's reminder as a corrective is healing fear, healing fear. The third energy center, solar plexus. Sometimes I can discover more of my own intellectual gifts and talents by making a decision alone without someone else's input. Unhealthy thought is I have trouble making decisions, so I must find someone strong and competent to help me. That's unhealthy. And then all these kind chosen by number sevens, is part of our flow. Healthy, that's healthy goals. The only way others can get to know my true self is to talk from my heart. So listen to the voice and then talk. Unhealthy thought is if I say something, I easily get misunderstood and I am often embarrassed and often misunderstood. And then healthy relationship, the life purpose. I lovingly release disappointment in old relationships so I can give birth to new ones. Unhealthy one is I am not meant I'm meant to be alone. Relationships usually end traumatically for me. Mm. Oh, thank you, Mel. I truly appreciate your presence here. And thank you for allowing me to your journey and co creating uh, um, new reality here on Hubs and Twitter and YouTube. And thank you for joining from Twitter live replay. I truly appreciate your retweet and live in the heart. And let us connect as one energy. And I am definitely post a visual of an energy circle on my Instagram. So let's begin to seed out and co-create. Join as one energy and support one another to create the wonderful, wonderful springtime and strengthen our intentional creation together. So as to close in here, let us connect our attention with the conscious breath, synchronizing it, deep oxygenation, breathing in from nose and then exhaling from the mouth. And to connect as one energy, just simply reminding that we are all interconnected under one sky, whether we like it or not. So let us use the connection for supportive, empowering extra energy for supporting our each day creation, each now moment creation together. So let us take a long, deep breath, counting three, one from the nose. Now, two, three, and exhale. Thank you. You have a wonderful night and day and evening. I see you when I see you. And if you are using YouTube and it's convenient for you to connect as a platform, please check on my YouTube channel openly, um, simultaneously broadcasting over there as an experiment. So please go there and follow me, subscribe if you like. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, everybody. Bye.